And we are back. Second base with Bowman and Burks.
How is everybody doing? It has been a crazy couple weeks.
Crazy couple of weeks. Yeah, I know we were going to start the Super Bowl because it's going to get really, really, really heavy later.
Right.
I think so. Let's go ahead and jump into that. Congratulations. You already know what happened. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Patrick Mahomes,
White House High School, Texas born, Texas raised quarterback, the first Texas high school quarterback to win a Super Bowl.
That's crazy.
Which is crazy.
That's not true either.
It can't be.
Because Drew Brees won.
Drew Brees won it. So what was
that's
the stat? There's something about him being the first Texas high school
that went to college in Texas, that played college football in Texas. From Texas, played college football here, and won a Super Bowl.
The first high school quarterback, Texas quarterback, who played quarterback at a Texas university or college, who won
It's kind of a crazy stat.
See, that makes more sense because, like, as soon as I said it, my thought was Drew Brees was from Texas.
Yeah. I mean,
so that didn't make any sense.
There you go. So
what you think of the game?
Oh man, I thought it was a good game. That's what I wanted, was a good game. I had zero rooting interest, really.
Same here.
Wasn't that big a deal. If the 49ers won, great. They had a bunch of first round picks.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of come back. If Kansas City won, apparently if Kansas won, then
oh yeah.
Good. But yeah, I mean, I love that Patrick Mahomes is from White House, right down the street. Know some people that know him. Good for him.
I know no one who knows him, but that's me.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. Yeah, I know somebody who knows Patrick Mahomes.
There you go. Yeah, he doesn't even know who it is.
Patrick Mahomes, sweet. Yeah, so the game was pretty good. I was the same way. Like, my kids at the school were asking me all week who I had, and I was like, I was flip-flopping all week. I was like,
it's tough to see because you had the Andy Reid story where you wanted him, I guess, to win a Super Bowl in his career.
And I don't have beef with Andy Reid. He deserves one. Good for him.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like him when he was with Philadelphia. But.
Well, I was actually kind of a Philly fan still when he was the head coach because I kind of like Donovan McNabb a bit. But, I mean, my days of being an Eagles fan was with Randall Cunningham, and then Rich Kotite was the head coach. And, yeah.
Well, yeah, so, I mean, you had a problem with Donovan McNabb or T.O., or who was your issue?
I mean, I don't think it wasn't like a...
It was just kind of
I kind of like I like Donovan McNabb when
there was a time when you were on. There was a bandwagon to jump on. You jumped on it, and then now the bandwagon's gone. After they started losing, there wasn't any reason to pay attention to them.
For the Eagles?
Yeah.
No, I don't know what it was.
Because they went to NFC Championship games
4 in a row.
I mean,
no, 5 in a row, and he went to one Super Bowl.
And
Andy Reid, and that's the one that T.O. said that everybody punked out, including Donovan McNabb. And he played on the broken ankle, and he would have won MVP if they would have won the game. No, I just remember liking Donovan McNabb from Syracuse when he played there at quarterback, and I kind of followed him. And
we just said something about T.O., all that other stuff. MVP was Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes played a very mediocre 3 1/3 quarters.
Yeah. But he did.
Did he still deserve to win MVP?
It's a fan vote. He's the quarterback.
There's been 5 or 6 people that rushed for over 100 yards and scored 2 or more touchdowns in the game. 2 of those did not win MVP.
Yeah.
I think it was like there's 6 people. I think there's 6 people that did it. He was the second one to not win the MVP.
What was his name?
The other guy was a running back for Washington.
I'm talking about the guy from the Chiefs.
Williams.
What's his first name?
D. Williams.
See, that's why he didn't get MVP.
That's not why. He was with Miami for a while. Down there. I mean, I don't think it worked out for him. He went over. The first thing the running back for the Chiefs did after the Super Bowl was go over and console Mozart or whatever from the 49ers.
Yeah.
Because apparently they'd been talking all year because both of them were kind of journeymen, and Mozart or whatever had been on like 7 different teams.
Yeah.
And that was the first time 2 undrafted running backs had started a Super Bowl, I believe.
So Damian Williams is who you're referring to.
There you go, yeah.
Here's my thought on that, and I thought he should have won too. And looking
Well, I
back
mean, I'm
on
not
it,
saying he necessarily should have won. I'm saying he's one of.
if it
He
was going
played
to be,
a better complete game. If it wasn't a quarterback,
if it wasn't a quarterback, so I'm saying if it wasn't a quarterback, he would have got. Here's the thing: if the 49ers would have won, Debo would have got it.
no, I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Yeah, Debo Samuel would have got it.
No, if the 49ers won, somebody from the defense would have
I
won.
mean, they would have probably gave it to Bosa, but again, you're looking at that just stats.
Yeah,
I would
same
have went
thing.
with Debo Samuel, but the 49ers didn't win. So you go to Kansas City, and who's the guy that did something? And again, Patrick Mahomes put them up late.
No, Patrick Mahomes did not put him up late.
He did.
Patrick Mahomes got him back up even. Williams broke the run that put him up.
That was at the end, though.
Yeah, that put him up.
That was like they're up 24-20. And then they scored to make it 31, or
Yeah, and that was Williams' touchdown that put it up there.
they put the 24 up or put the 31 up.
Put the 31 up.
But that was at the end of the game. It didn't matter.
Wasn't at the end
They're
of
trying
the
to run
game.
that clock. Yeah.
If they don't score or they don't produce right there, San Francisco gets the ball
I'm
back.
watching the same game you're watching because they were already. I don't know.
They were already what? It was
Didn't he-
only
he
a
scored-
4-point game. All they had to do was stop them and get the ball back.
But they weren't going
and
to
he
stop it. They just
broke
needed the first
run.
down. They just needed the first down to win the game.
No, they needed more than a first down. Yeah, there was more time left than that.
Okay.
Either way, the dude scored 2 touchdowns.
He scored 2 touchdowns. One was from the 1 yard line and
The other was a long run he broke.
a long run.
And he
but
had a bunch of plays that were good. Either way, he didn't win.
He didn't win. Again, like I said, the story has been Mahomes. He broke the Madden curse.
It was all
He's the
about
guy all
the
year
whole
long.
story was for Mahomes to be the guy and kind of take the next step as the next great quarterback.
And like you said, I put a Facebook post up throughout the game, tweets and stuff like that. Mahomes for the first half especially was straight up outplayed by Jimmy G.
I don't know about that.
No, he was statistically he was straight up outplayed by Jimmy G.
No,
Garoppolo.
hold on. Jimmy G didn't have a great game either. No.
The first half.
You know who didn't have a good game?
no.
You know who didn't have a good game and who really had a bad second half?
Kyle Shanahan.
Yes, he did.
But no, Jimmy G had a
Horribly
great first half. Yeah, he threw that stupid pick and his eyes was closed. You ever watch iRobot?
yes.
Will Smith, Shia LaBeouf, and his Tom Brady's baby mama, Bridget Moynahan. It's funny because in the movie, she gets a gun and she's shooting at one of the robots, and Shia LaBeouf's character goes, "She shot with her eyes closed, Spoon." And she shot at the robot that was had Will Smith hostage, and she luckily hit him with his eyes closed.
Of course she did. Yeah.
And don't you? Will Smith made a face like. That's what Jimmy G did. He shot with his eyes closed, Spoon.
Well,
he just threw it out there.
He was trying to throw it away. He just couldn't get it out.
I don't know, but with that play aside, he played much better than Patrick Mahomes did the first half.
He played.
Patrick Mahomes was short arming stuff. He was just missing
He did
wide
not
open
look
stuff.
comfortable.
He did not look.
You know what he
no.
looked like? He looked like a young quarterback in the Super Bowl,
Yeah,
facing a really good defense.
So to go ahead and concede, I conceded the Damian Williams scoring thing. Concede this. Jimmy Garoppolo first. You even said it. Jimmy Garoppolo. Patrick Mahomes played 3.5 quarters.
Very mediocre
Yeah.
quarters. Yeah.
Jimmy G outplayed him. It's okay to admit it. It's okay. Just admit it.
I just don't know if he
He
outplayed
outplayed
him.
him statistically. He performed better.
Pull up their halftime stats.
He had a better passing rating. He had more yards. He had
Well,
more
that's
completions.
just because Mahomes threw his interceptions in the first half.
The Mahomes threw his in the third and fourth.
His interceptions?
Yeah.
No, he
Mahomes
had a
did, yeah.
first half interception.
No, I didn't.
Look it up.
Okay.
Your phone's gonna die.
What's the bet? So this is our post Super Bowl bet.
Yeah, we're not even betting.
I still owe you a bet. Okay,
bets.
I'm 0-3 in bets. Okay, I gotta win something. Hold on, let me look up Jimmy G first half.
Yeah, we're not betting while you have a phone in your hand. Okay,
Jimmy G first half stats.
Yeah, versus Mahomes first half stats. I mean, I'm telling you, he didn't play great. Fine, they were up. I mean, it was 10-10 at halftime, dude.
Yeah, but
It shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been, but Kyle Shanahan was perfectly happy going into the half 10-10. because he didn't want anything crazy to happen at the end of the half. I got it. I get his point totally. But I'm telling you, there were a bunch of times in that game that Kyle Shanahan, once again, with a lead in the Super Bowl, quit running the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible decision. And there were places where he should have took timeouts that he just didn't. Oh, the timeout would have been, I'm trying to remember if it was first half or second half. No, it was the second half. It was their last possession. The play clock is running down on your fourth and forever or whatever.
Yeah. 4th and 15.
It gets down to 0. You don't use a timeout. You've got them in your pocket. What are you saving them for?
And the ref was apparently about to throw the flag, but they snapped the ball so that the play would go live, and they didn't convert.
There's no reason that's not working out in your favor. If it's taking you that long to get up and get set and get ready, call the timeout, call that off, and make sure you have your play and everything set up with your entire season in the Super Bowl on the line. I think that's like the most horrible decision he had all night. That's probably even worse than not running the ball, to me.
I'm trying to find these stats. I'm having a hard time finding like stats.
Yeah, I think you're having a hard time finding stats where Jimmy G was better than
No,
Mahomes.
it says here. So I'm looking at this one from NBC Sports Boston, and they're talking about. Again, it says here, Mahomes and the high-scoring Chiefs offense finally found their groove after getting the ball back and outscored San Francisco 21-0 in the final 8.5 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
to earn a 31-20 victory in the first Super Bowl championship in 50 years. Garoppolo's fourth quarter stats were brutal. In fact, some of them were historically awful.
Yeah.
But this is the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Granted, I didn't say the fourth quarter wasn't great.
I know. You said first half.
First half, but I can't find those stats.
But it was still 10-10 first half.
Yeah.
And Mahomes had run for a touchdown.
Yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo in the fourth quarter, 3 for 11, 36 yards, an INT, and a fourth down sack.
Yeah.
Jimmy Garoppolo had a 2.8 rating in the fourth quarter. The only player with a lower rating in the fourth quarter of a playoff loss since 2000 with a minimum of 5 passing attempts was Vince Young.
Oh, man.
At 0.0. He was apparently 1 for 5 for 6 yards and an INT versus the Chargers in 2008. Ron Jaworski tweeted this out. Jimmy G with no pressure, 86% completion percentage, 199 yards, a touchdown, 119.5 passer rating. Jimmy G went under pressure, 11% completion, 20 yards, 2 INTs and a sack, 0 passer rating.
Yep.
So
there ain't no doubt. I mean, hey, Kansas City's defense stepped up when they needed to. They stopped them on 3 straight drives.
Which is crazy. I'm not so much that it's crazy because it's football.
They were the 7th ranked defense.
It's crazy
in
the run against the pass, not the run. But it's crazy that the two-headed monster that we all thought the 49ers had, and again, like I said, I'll waver back and forth because the Mahomes factor was big. And every time I countered each team with the other's strength. Every time I was like, Kansas City by 7. No, that San Francisco defense looks really good.
Okay, hold on. And here's another stat for you. 11 times coming in the Super Bowl, you had the number 1 ranked defense in the Super Bowl. Out of those 11 times, do you know how many times the number 1 defense won the Super Bowl?
10.
8.
Oh.
So, I mean, there was 3 times they lost. Now it's 4. That's crazy.
Well, but that's the point. Like
defense wins championships
every time,
but a superior offense with a good defense. I mean, I'm not going to call San Francisco's offense bad. They were able to run the ball,
but they got away from it.
Why'd they get away from it?
I don't know.
Well, I can tell you why. What Kansas City say? You're not going to run the ball on us. Beat us throwing. So they load the box and make you throw. That's why it's not as easy as saying, oh, they got away from the run. They got away from the run because Kansas City made them get away from the run.
Here's something that I found funny. So the game was Sunday, so Monday kids come in.
Yeah.
We watch commercials, talk about persuasion and things like that, advertisements and all that stuff. And I had a kid,
this was a bad year for commercials.
They're all right.
It was
all right. But I'm really just disappointed there were no Clydesdale commercials.
Yeah, Clydesdales, horses and dogs, they were gone.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. That really bummed me
I guess
out.
they're trying to get past that now.
I guess Peter had something to say or do about it. But no, so a kid was like, Burke, did you see Richard Sherman get exposed? I was like, what? He's like, yeah, dude, he got straight up exposed. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, did you see what Tyreek Hill did to...
He got beat a couple times.
Yeah, I was like, you see him get... I'm like, Tyreek Hill... I was like, hold on, wait. You just said Tyreek Hill exposed Richard Sherman.
Well, they went after him some. They went after him more.
I'm not saying it
than he
didn't.
thought
I
they
mean,
would.
and Richard Sherman's an all-pro, maybe a future Hall of Fame type caliber.
But he
talent.
does not need
But
to be talking to Darrell Rivas about
Yeah, no.
none of that.
But my thing was, I was like, okay, so who are you talking about? The kid's like Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill does it to everybody.
Well,
Like, are you being? I mean, my.
but
argument,
if you're Richard Sherman and you're supposed to be this shutdown corner that he'd like to think he is, he's a system corner.
yeah,
He's a system corner. He's good. Nobody's saying he's not good. System corner. Yeah. I mean, whenever there's nobody in the league, I would say. I don't know as though there's been anybody in the league that can cover Tyreek Hill one-on-one.
that's my point. I was like,
I'm giving you
yeah,
that.
I was telling the kid like, you're not. He's not getting exposed. He's just Tyreek Hill's just that fast and that good at being a wide receiver.
Right. He's
to get away
fast
from
enough
stuff.
that you can't get up on him without help over the top and bump him off the line, because if he gets any space at all, he's gone and past you.
Mm-hmm. Like that one big pass that kind of opened the gate for them in the fourth quarter.
How he got that wide open, seriously.
Yeah, and the fact that Mahomes off his back foot was able to throw it that far, and Tyreek Hill had to wait on it.
Yeah.
Imagine if the common stride.
But there was still like 3 defenders around him that was just so far.
They're all like, "Oh crap, what do we do? We can't be. They don't want to be the one." So it's like you're not getting exposed if it's Tyreek. That's just my argument.
Now
that was my
he
argument.
kind of got exposed because they started going his direction.
No, granted, but they put him on the island a lot. But everyone knew. But everybody knows Kansas City's got like some of the best offensive weapons in all of football. Why would
3 of the fastest for sure.
Why would you, as a defensive coordinator, do that to your guy? That
you got to figure out how to stop the running game.
Kansas City's running game?
Yeah.
I mean, apparently it was a big deal. I didn't see.
Because you're so worried about Mahomes and the deep threat that you don't realize that the guy just run for 130 yards.
See, I didn't realize he ran for 130 yards. I mean, yeah, but like
maybe he called
but a big chunk of it was at the end of the game.
100, had 130 something all-purpose yards.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not saying he didn't get that, but the end of the game, we ran that run touchdown was a large chunk of it. Again, not taking anything away from the kid. He could have won offense. He could have won MVP of the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
but
well, I mean,
I just couldn't. I like you. I enjoyed the game. I made a bet with my wife. She picked the Kansas City Chiefs. I picked the 49ers. I lost. I should quit betting. But I didn't bet any money. I didn't lose anything.
That's a good idea.
I was feeling pretty good at the start of the fourth quarter, up 10. My wife's like, you won this bet.
I know. A bunch of people were starting to mail it in. It's like,
Which is funny. No, that's when the tweets came out. Fourth quarter, down by 10. And that's when everybody just started saying, the Chiefs got them right where they want them. They, like, what if they, planned it out? Let's just let everybody, all playoff long.
It out.
All playoffs long. Let's just blow leads. Let's just let teams get ahead. Let them feel good about themselves before we crush their souls.
Right. Well, that's what happened. I mean, they come back from double-digit deficits in all 3 playoff games.
Well, 3 of the 4.
What was their 4th playoff game?
They were the only team they weren't down. Were they down in?
Well,
they were down. They were down against
3, didn't they?
They played 3, but they were down against Tennessee. First half, they were down. I forgot about that. I was thinking the second half, and then like I didn't watch the first half. I was at a rehearsal. I was at a thing.
But that just means that they're pretty good about figuring out what you're doing and.
But like I said, I think a lot of that has to do with just coaching. I think Andy Reid was like, "I'm the better coach."
I think Andy Reid had been through this before, and he's had a bunch of defeats and stuff that felt bad. So he knew, look, let me just see what they're going to do. Let me find out what they've kind of been saving up. And then I know my offense, when I get ready to score, can score.
Yeah. And it was good to see like I said, it was a nice, clean game. But besides that, the only thing that I think people had threw a fit about that people talked about after the game was the George Kittle push off, which was an obvious push off.
Yeah, he straightened his arm out. I mean, if
Yeah,
he
I don't know
doesn't
what
straighten his
people-
arm out, he doesn't. I don't know why.
A lot of people were complaining that
San
it shouldn't have been a
Francisco people had a
flag,
problem with
but
that, yeah.
other than that, like there wasn't. It was a game was for NFL Super Bowl game was pretty short, pretty clean.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of it they let them play.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
I mean, that was I saw it like live, like full speed. And I was like,
Right.
oh yeah, that's a flag. Like
Yeah.
So like when people slowed it down, like, well, you can't. Well, what about Kyle Rudolph and the? First of all,
That's Kyle
leave
Rudolph. They
Minnesota
didn't
alone.
hear. Yeah.
Leave Minnesota
Oh, come
alone.
on now.
That
You
was
gotta
four-
take
that
a
was
little
month
heat for
ago.
that.
That was a month ago. Let that go. Neither team's there right now, so why bring that up? That's old stuff. Skull.
It's okay, man.
So-
It's okay.
Let that go. But yeah, it's a push off. Obvious. It's okay.
I'm with
It's
you.
okay.
I'm with you. I mean, like I said, he had him, and that's how he got his separation.
Yeah.
Was extending the
They
arm.
probably didn't even need it, but
No, he didn't. He didn't. That's the thing.
he was just trying to make a play, and you can't fault a guy for trying to make a play.
That's right. Because
So-
that may or may not get called.
Yeah, so he took a chance. Oh well.
It just didn't work. But that was a big play. Kind of.
But George Kittle also doesn't play defense. And
How about the fact in the? Did you watch the coin toss?
Mm-hmm.
They flip it. They go. The 49ers win the toss, right?
Mm-hmm.
They said we're going to defer,
Richard Sherman said defer.
and the Kansas City Chiefs were like lost. Had no idea. The referee had to ask all three representatives up there before somebody would give him an answer. On, you want the ball? Do you want the ball? Do you want the ball? Went through everyone, and they were looking around like
They're
they didn't know how to answer.
Where's Dak?
Yeah, we do not need a situation like that. And that referee, I promise, is sitting there going, okay, please tell me they told you what to say if you didn't win it. Tell me
We
something.
want the ball.
So we don't have this drama in the freaking Super Bowl.
Yeah, and I think I've heard a couple of people refer to this yesterday and after the game and all. And to what you just mentioned, the refs did all that they could to make the game about Mahomes versus Garoppolo, Kyle Shanahan versus Andy Reid, Kansas City versus the 49ers,
Yeah.
and the refs wanted no part of the storyline.
And I think they did good staying out of the way. Like I said, the Kittle push off is a questionable call. What other questionable calls was
That
there?
was it.
One of the touchdowns from Kansas City.
Oh, but
about whether
they
he
called
got
it a
over or not.
touchdown, so they couldn't overturn it.
Right.
I mean, it was you could. There's nothing there.
There was no way to tell before
And there's
his
no
foot
angle, which
touched
is
out of
weird.
bounds. Was it there?
Which is weird that in 2020, with all that the NFL stole from the XFL, by the way, XFL comes out Sunday.
Come on now.
More football. Anyway, that with all the stuff the NFL stole from the XFL, they don't have like a shot over the pylon in the end zone.
Well, how about a
They don't have a
360
camera
camera
shot.
on the pylon?
Well, they
They did
not a 360 camera, no.
because you can't see up to go.
Yeah,
with
they don't
it.
have a 360 camera.
If
no.
they would've
have
had
a
that, I
sideline
mean-
camera on it, but yeah, not a 360.
Right.
But yeah, I'm surprised that we're in this world and there's not some overhead shot that's just like zoomed in that right angle that can get that.
Hey, it wasn't. It just wasn't.
I mean, I saw it. I was like, I thought touchdown when I first saw it.
Yeah, I did too. Everybody else was like, "No, he didn't." I was like, "All that has to do is cross the line."
Yeah, the second the tip
Yeah,
of that
he
ball
didn't have to-
hits the
he
tip
didn't
of
have
that
to get it
line,
around the pylon.
Yeah.
He did, but he didn't have to get it over there. All he had to do was get it.
because the line goes from the boundary. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I thought it was a touchdown. I didn't think that was that questionable.
Yeah, and then whenever you started seeing the angles, it's like, okay, there's no way they can overturn.
How can you?
this.
Yeah, and if his foot's out of bounds there.
But
you speed it up
right
half a
before it touches down. Was the ball already
Exactly.
over?
Like,
Yeah.
and at what point is the foot? Because it stops frame by frame. So one frame it's not out of bounds at all. The next frame, the foot's over the line. I don't know.
Right. Where was it at?
So they called it a touchdown. They couldn't overturn it.
They just had
If
to
they
go
would have
with the
called
call
it,
stands.
if they would have called fourth down, he didn't make it in. They couldn't have overturned it either. The ref made a call, touchdown. I didn't even think anything of it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I thought it was good.
Speaking of good, the halftime show.
Halftime.
Halftime show. Shakira and Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising because the first question I had, and I don't know about anybody else, was as soon as it's up, is like, how old are they? because they're getting on up there.
Shakira was 43 and J-Lo was 50.
Yeah, it was Shakira's birthday.
Yeah. My issue was, and this has been my issue the whole time, and I figured it out halfway through the halftime show, and you alluded to it before we started recording. Excuse me, was the fact that I forgot it was in Miami.
Yeah, well, all the pregame stuff was Pitbull.
Yeah, so I forgot it was in Miami. So I was like, halfway through Shakira's set, I was like, oh, they're in Miami.
That's why everything
this is
has
why
a
this
Latin
vibe
flair
is so
to it.
So this is why the vibe is different. Like it was a hometown show.
Yeah.
And at that point, that's when I realized like this probably wasn't for me, but guess what? They don't care.
That's right. That's right.
It was
They
for
were
Miami.
representing Miami where it was at.
I didn't it wasn't for me, and it's all I mean, it was for, parts of it were for me. But the singing wasn't for me, and guess what? I was okay with it. It was a nice show to look at.
There wasn't a bunch of singing. I mean, don't.
Well, and the thing is, that was my issue with the halftime show, with those two being selected.
Well, but I mean, that's
Name
where they
a
went.
Shakira song.
I can't pronounce.
I know
it.
one.
I don't even.
I know
one.
two.
I don't know.
I know Hips Don't Lie. They played that one, and the
Yeah.
Zootopia song.
Okay, I don't
And they
even
did
know
that one.
I couldn't even name you a J-Lo song. Though.
I mean,
that's not
Jenny on the
what I
Block,
listen
Love
to.
Don't Cost a Thing.
Okay,
Uh,
you're a big J-Lo fan.
no,
We
I'm not
get it.
J-Lo. I
It's
mean,
okay.
that's but seriously, like, because the reason why I know those songs because they had like rappers that I liked at the time that were featured on the song.
They put a 50-year-old woman on a pole in the middle of the stadium,
Yeah, but you know why? She just got finished doing Hustlers.
and she was mad
stripper
because
pole
it
movie.
didn't win an award.
Yeah, she was in a stripper movie.
But here's the deal. Do you know what her and what J-Lo and Shakira made for doing the Super
Nothing.
Bowl? Nothing.
Nothing. It was free.
Yeah.
They did it for free. They did it
So
for
they got
exposure.
to just put out whatever they wanted to. Well, they don't need exposure, but they just put it out there because, hey, it's Miami. We'll do it.
The thing I liked the most about it was I learned a few things. And the one thing I learned was the artist Bad Bunny is not a female nor a bunny. It's a dude that wears aluminum foil.
Okay. Had zero idea who any of the dudes
Yeah,
were.
I didn't
that
either.
come into it.
I couldn't tell you the other
You
guy is
said
either.
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny
I
was
don't even
apparently
know
the guy
who
in
that is.
the silver outfit.
Who was the one in the do-rag?
No clue.
Okay. All right.
I was-
there was a part of me that thought it was the same dude.
No, I was thinking
Did
like
it just come back
because
out?
again, I was thinking the Jenny from the Block song. These rappers, Styles P and Jadakiss from the Locks, repping New York. I thought they were gonna be on there.
No,
and she
no.
said "This Love Don't Cost a Thing." I thought Ja Rule was gonna show up somewhere. So I was expecting like she was dating Diddy for a time. She's done things with hip hop artists. I was thinking she's gonna have some rappers show up.
Nope,
But
nope.
again, Miami, Latin flair, Latin flavor. It was their show. They did what they did. They got their crew to do what they needed to do for
Right.
for that base, and it worked perfectly for that. But I didn't know.
Yeah, I had no idea who they were. Either way, good show. Really,
Bruno Mars. Who's your favorite show? My favorite halftime show has to be Bruno Mars of the last 10 years.
you think?
Mine was Bruno was good. Bruno put on the show.
Here's the deal. I pretty much forget them right after
That's
they
what I'm saying.
happen.
But I don't forget Bruno's. That's what I'm saying. Like Bruno had a
well, I think
show.
you remember Bruno's better than I do.
That's what I'm saying. Bruno had a great show. Lady Gaga's wasn't bad. Katy Perry's was okay. Left Shark.
Yeah, I mean, okay. That's pretty much all I expect.
I'm saying like
on those. It's just okay.
Justin Timberlake was a couple years ago and
No big deal.
no big deal.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's because
Maroon 5
Janet
was
Jackson
last
didn't
year and I
perform
completely
with it.
forgot.
Yeah, I
Maroon
didn't have
5 did it
any
last
idea
year.
either. Until I saw the memes of like how they were talking about moms last year. You
Was
know,
so excited. Yeah.
yeah.
And this year they're all upset because how dare those women dance like that? But
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna say it.
No,
Never
go
mind.
ahead.
We'll move on. We'll
you
move
said
on.
you didn't want to lie,
We'll move
so
on.
I mean, we don't want you to lie
Hips
to the
don't lie.
listeners.
Knew the concept. So there were a lot of crotch shots
Okay. Well, okay.
of J Lo and Shakira dancing. They did a lot of there's a floor level camera, and they panned up, and J Lo or Shakira are walking toward the camera, and they slide down, like
No,
artist slide.
Could you stand up and demonstrate that?
I don't.
For
There's no
everybody?
room in here.
Oh,
There's like a toy right
darn.
there.
Okay.
But no, so at one point it was funny. J Lo had her outfit on, and she was dancing, and it was when she had the black thing on, and she was dancing.
I've had another buddy tell me that to where it looked like she had a feminine hygiene.
Yeah, I was like,
product
did
on.
she got? And I looked at I sit next to my wife. I was like, what's that silver thing?
Yeah, I didn't think that she saw that before, or she wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, I was sitting there for real. I was like, my
Because
wife.
you didn't know she was going to have like 5 outfit changes.
Yeah, my wife was sitting next to me. I was like, babe, is that a liner?
Okay.
Does she wear? And then she did the stripper pole thing, and they did a change, a quick change. It's like, oh, okay, it's another costume. Okay,
That's what that
That's
was.
what it was, because she was walking backwards at one point, and her butt was like,
It's like, I don't
That
know.
looks like
We should be seeing that.
maybe this 50-year-old woman shouldn't be at the Super Bowl. And then, yeah.
Right.
So, good game, good show.
Yeah.
I think the NFL was pleased. I like the
They
commercials.
should have been. They
I
should
like
have.
the
I
commercials.
didn't care for the commercials. I haven't seen a really good commercial in a couple years.
You didn't watch the Loretta one, the Google one with Loretta,
Uh,
where the old man is telling Google to remember all the things about his wife that had
I remember-
passed.
Now that one, but I mean that's too sad to be good.
Okay, you didn't like Ellen's Alexa one.
No,
You didn't like Lil Nas X and Sam Elliott.
no,
You didn't like the Baby Peanut.
no,
You didn't like Rick and Morty selling Pringles.
no.
You didn't like Bill Murray with the Jeep.
I'm still telling you no. Like I remember a lot of the commercials. None of them were
You
like
didn't like
right
Charlie
there.
Day when When's Later with Tide Pods. When's Later? You messed up my shirt. When's Later? And they put it in everything.
No,
He was everywhere.
it did not.
Okay. I mean,
I mean, it's just. I'm telling you, it wasn't there for me.
one of my favorites. Again, I personally like the Peanut, Baby Peanut. You got to look at the one where Mr. Peanut dies for that one to make sense.
Right.
Cool Ranch Doritos, again, Lil Nas X and Sam Elliott was okay.
It was okay. That's what I'm saying. I mean,
that was fun. I liked it. It wasn't great. I've seen better ones, but it was cool. I missed the Pringle ones with Rick and Morty. I love Rick and Morty. You don't like what's Rick and Morty?
right.
What would dub? Look it up.
Probably won't.
It's Adult Swim cartoon. You shouldn't watch it. You have kids.
Okay.
The Take 5 commercial was pretty good.
What was the take? I don't
So-
remember Take 5. I remember a Snicker commercial to where they dropped a Snicker like
Then
in a
some
hole in the earth.
YouTube influencers fell in and because they're trying to make the world better. Like apparently the world was bad,
Yeah.
so they
all
had to
the
make a
stuff going on.
sacrifice to the Earth's core.
Right.
And then they got rid of some YouTube influencers or Instagram influencers, and that one Hispanic guy's like, "Oh yeah, the world's better. It's working already." That was okay.
Okay.
But so the Take 5 commercial. You know what Take 5 is? The candy bar.
Yeah. I mean, I've
Have you ever
seen
had
it. I
one?
don't eat them, but
They're good.
I may have had one, but I mean, it's not like that's.
They're pretty good. So
go-to
they
candy
have
bar
one,
for
and the lady describes it, and like one guy's like, "I never heard of it." It's like, "What's going on with you? Have you lived under a rock?" And the guy lives under a rock.
Right.
When you-
Okay. I
all
remember
these old
seeing that
phrases-
commercial where the dude like is going
Yeah,
back.
and then at the end of it, a guy's got his head up his butt, but they don't say it. He just walks out with his head up his butt, talking about no one's heard of it. I don't know why you keep talking about it.
Maybe they should advertise for Take 5 more.
Well, they just broke the Guinness Book of World Records Snicker candy bar.
So who
Record?
owns Take 5?
It's Hershey,
And who owns Snicker?
M&M Mars.
Okay.
So it was one of those
To where
friendly
they're battling
competitions
back and forth.
Yeah.
So
Anything you can do, I can do better.
we'll see.
So there's that.
I don't think Take 5 is going to take anything away from the Snickers bar.
I mean, it took its spot in the world records.
Well, as far as you or me eating one, which one would you rather have?
Most days it Take 5.
Really?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, so describe a Take 5.
Take
for
5
everybody.
is chocolate, caramel, peanut butter, pretzel, and peanuts.
So it's a Snicker with pretzel?
Yeah. It's in 2 pieces.
So it's like a
It's like-
Twix?
No, not sticks. Pieces.
Okay, so hold on. So is this like
So it's like 2 little what are those things called? Like,
Well, I mean, Snickers does the deal on like their king size bars to where
yeah,
you get.
but it's not that. No, so it's kind of like, it's like a patty, like a chocolate patty. So it's like, anyway, I'm not gonna do all that. But no, it's like a little patty.
Hold
Like
on,
a full
hold on,
flat
I'm
disc.
trying to-
What are those things with peanuts with chocolate on them? Cluster, like a peanut cluster.
Okay,
It's kind of like that kind of thing.
so it's a peanut cluster.
It's not a peanut cluster because there's a pretzel in it.
It's a pretzel peanut cluster.
Yeah, but it doesn't have the cluster. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. It's a horrible description. Just look at Take
Hold on,
Five.
hold on. No. I think we're getting there.
Just y'all.
No, hold
you
on.
go on YouTube and look. I'm not gonna
Well,
explain.
this is not a Take Five freaking
Advertising.
commercial.
I know,
okay?
but I'm just
'Cause
saying.
hopefully we'd be better at describing it. But if you would rather eat that than a Snickers, so please tell me how it's square. It's like
It's
a
not
cluster.
square. I didn't say
but
it was
it's not-
square. It's a-
okay,
I said it's a
so,
patty.
So it's a patty. So it's round.
It's roundish.
So it's like a Reese's cup.
No, it's not that kind of round. I mean,
Okay, how many types of round
it's
are
shaped
there?
differently. I mean, it's almost like an oblong shape. It's not a circle. Yeah, it's not oblong. It's like an
So
ovally
it's like an
oblong
almond joy.
shape. I don't eat almond joys. I don't know.
Mounds.
They have coconut. I don't do that.
Okay.
So, if you're looking for more help, I
They
can
were
help.
kind of like kind of oblong.
And they're little. And they're
Almond
flat.
joys have nuts.
Yeah, I know the song. Yeah.
Mounds don't.
Yeah, I know the
That's
song.
it.
Yeah, I just.
See, I can describe these to you. So
I mean, I can 2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on the sesame seed bun.
Okay,
That's
so you
McDonald's. I
got
get all
that.
that, but I can't. How do they describe Take Five? Chocolate, peanuts, peanut butter, caramel, pretzel. That's
but
how they
apparently
describe
it's
it.
like a different shape. Like they didn't take that and make it a bar.
No, it's
Like,
not a
they
bar.
didn't
It's
take-
two- when you
they
buy
didn't take a payday, add a pretzel, and then put chocolate over the top.
When you
of
buy it, it's when you open it up, it's 2 pieces. It's 2 separate
it.
pieces.
But you're right, but they're not two like long pieces. They're shorter.
Yeah, 2 shorter pieces that make up the one Take Five package.
Okay. So are they like wrapped in any way, or
No.
are they just in there hanging
It's in
out?
there. They're on the little cardboard sleeve.
Cardboard sleeve. Okay, so I mean, it kind of sounds like Mounds Almond Joy here
Sure,
to an
but
extent.
they're flatter.
They're flatter,
Yeah,
so they're kind of like brittle.
I'm just gonna find you the picture.
They're kind
man,
of like
'cause
peanut
you're
brittle
making this-
almost.
I don't know anymore.
Is that what it is? They're like peanut brittle. They're a mix between a pretzel peanut brittle cluster, but an oblong shape.
I want this to stop so bad.
I mean, I'm trying to get this, man. Hold on. I think I've almost got it.
I'm just gonna show you the picture.
So it looks like it doesn't taste as good as a Snickers. I mean, that's what you're telling me is.
I like it.
Is it dark chocolate, milk chocolate?
It's chocolate. It's
No,
Hershey's chocolate.
There's a top. It's dark
looks like
or
that.
milk. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Can everybody see these?
Look up Take Five on the internet. Hershey's Take Five.
So So they're squares.
Oh, they are squared. I thought they were kind of oblong shaped.
They're squares.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll go home this evening.
So
and get
they're
one.
a square pretzel with this stuff on top of it covered in chocolate. I mean, that's pretty much what you get.
I mean, don't sell it short. I mean,
No,
I
I
told,
mean,
it tells you exactly what it is.
I'm looking at it. I mean, it's
But you haven't even tried it.
their
so
slogan is "Take Five, the greatest candy bar you've never heard of."
exactly, because you have your head in the sand. You were born yesterday.
Stop keeping it a
You're
secret.
Born.
I mean, it's got
You're raised by
okay.
wolves.
So basically, they took a square pretzel. they
a
put-
square pretzel.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, look at it. Is that square pretzel?
No, it's not a square pretzel.
Right here, look. In the second picture down there, see the pretzel behind
Yeah, I mean
it? That's
not
a square.
Yeah, that's a. Yeah.
It's a square.
Okay.
It's a square. Okay. So they took a square pretzel.
I can't believe we're
They
analyzing.
dipped it in chocolate. So I guess first they put, is that Nugent on it?
Nougat? No, it's this caramel. There's no nougat.
There's not just caramel. There's something else on there.
Peanut butter.
Okay, peanut butter. So they take the pretzel, they smear peanut butter over to fill in the holes
Mm-hmm.
in the waffle pretzel.
Yeah.
Because we say pretzel, it's not like the round pretzel.
Mm.
It's a square, like lattice
We're really breaking
pretzel.
this down.
Hold
Okay.
on. Lattice pretzel. You smear peanut butter over the top of it to fill in the gaps of the pretzel.
Uh huh.
You pour caramel over it.
Yeah.
You put peanuts on top of that.
Yep.
And then you dip it in chocolate.
Yes.
That's what you get.
It's a Take Five.
Oh yeah, Snickers kicks their butt.
Oh
Here.
no, you gotta try one.
Okay. All
Next,
right,
next
so
episode, I will have a Snicker. Well, it won't be wrapped, so we don't get infringed upon.
okay,
We'll have.
but
both of them.
we'll have the candy bars up here, and we'll just see which one's better.
Yeah, I'm personally, if you had me choose, I'd pick the Take 5. It's different.
It is, yeah, it's different because it has a pretzel in it.
It's different.
But that doesn't mean it's better. That just means it has a pretzel.
I mean, but
Why couldn't you eat a Snickers with a pretzel?
because they don't.
Roll
If
Gold
they did
and
that'd be
a Snickers.
Take 5.
No, I'm saying just snack out of both. Why do you have to
Why would
combine
I-
them into something?
Why would I? What?
And what happens when those melt, man? I mean, like the bar stays together. Those you're gonna have two melt together.
Okay, we're gonna move on now.
and it's gonna be bad. Okay, so we've spent 5 minutes talking about
I think
that.
we spent 5 minutes too long.
Okay. Anyway,
Wait. Okay.
Take 5 suck. That's my official opinion.
Wow. What is Take 5?
And I hadn't even had one. It's Take 5, the best candy bar you've never heard of. What a crappy slogan. Like, that's their advertisement is we're so awesome, nobody's ever told anybody about one.
I'm telling you about it, and all 5 of you who are gonna watch us on YouTube later,
and we're all hating on
and
it.
all 25 of you who listen to us, thank you for following us on
Yeah,
Facebook.
we appreciate it.
on
Whatever
iTunes and
country
stuff.
you're from.
Yeah. So real quick, going back to commercials, the best commercial of the Super Bowl was not selling anything. The NFL 100
okay.
with the kids. That was.
They were selling the NFL.
I know they were selling, but they weren't. I know.
Yeah, I got you. It wasn't product placement. And the kid running through there,
It was awesome.
bringing everything. I liked it.
It was great. It was great. And I like had to pause it at different points. To
Oh, did you? To where you could
So I
kinda-
can tell the kids, so the kids watched it and they're like, who are these people? And I hey, who's these guys with
Okay, now-
Jimmy G? They're like,
Now, hold on. At the end of it, when the kids run in, was that the kids from like the punt, pass, and kick
No.
thing?
so, well, let me rephrase that. I don't think so.
Because I was trying to figure out, okay, where would these kids be from?
So what happened was this: last year's Super Bowl, they made the announcement about this year being the NFL 100. So
Right.
they did the dinner thing with everybody trying to get the ball, and that girl showed up, Sam Gordon, and all that stuff. Well, the NFL had a contest, and they were asking. Dion came out for the NFL. Was like, hey, we want parents to send in video of their kids who play youth football to send their highlights,
Okay.
and we'll pick the best kids to be part of a commercial.
Okay.
So the kid who was focused on it, and I don't know the kid's name, he won the contest. I'm not sure
If the other
If the
kids
other
were like the next
31
places-
kids,
right?
because every team was represented in a jersey. So I don't know if every football team, every NFL team got a representative through pump, pass, or kick, or through the contest, or they just found 31 kids and just said,
yeah,
hey, throw
around
on a
Miami
jersey.
and threw them in there. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
wear this jersey, run on the field, be cool. Your parents can sit in the nosebleeds or something, or maybe they got ushered out after they did that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But or maybe they just found a bunch of Super Bowl born babies and did that because
Yeah.
that apparently happens
Anyway,
too.
I thought it was the punt, pass, and kick is
Yeah.
what I've just assumed it was.
Yeah, it was.
But I didn't know they had this competition.
they had
for
a
that.
contest after the last year's Super Bowl commercial.
Okay.
NFL 100. Yeah, they had a contest to find the best YouTube kid that played youth football.
I got you.
Boy, girl, male, female, whatever.
Okay.
So
All right. So that was a good commercial. We've kind of made it. We've talked about candy bars for minutes. Okay. Which I could talk about food for hours, so that's
Yeah.
fine.
same here.
But I'm going to let you speak on this last kind of
Man,
dark part. Let you finish that.
oh, you can go. You can get into it too.
No. I'm gonna let you speak on it a little bit, and then we'll wrap it up, and we'll go eat pizza.
Okay, so real fast, for those y'all know this, it's already been done. We weren't able to record after the tragic loss of Kobe Bryant, along with his daughter Gianna and 7 other unfortunate casualties in that horrible helicopter crash. It's weird. It was a weird deal, and I remember. I'll just tell you, like, the way I explained it to kids the next day, because it happened last Sunday, and got to school on Monday, and kids were like, high school kids, I got juniors and seniors, and they were just like, whoa. And there's a lot of misinformation, things they didn't understand, things they didn't know. The story still ain't 100% clear. So I tried my best to clear up some stuff because I watch the news more than they do.
Right.
I had some kids show me something, and I was looking at it like that's not even the same thing, dude. Don't show that. Quit spreading that. But anyway, I told the kids about 9/11.
Okay. And that's the thing where you get into to where you had to tell the kids about 9/11 because they weren't alive in
No,
9/11.
my the kids I have in my class were born in 2003, 2002, 2004. But no, I told them about 9/11 because I was like, there's moments in your life that you remember a day
right
forever. And like, I ain't gonna lie, we've been talking about the election a lot these last few weeks. We're talking about with my kids in class, and we've been talking about politics and this and that, like this impeachment deal. We're not gonna get too deep in that, but like y'all should be paying attention to this. This is the big deal. You're gonna read books about this one day. There's like people remember the Columbia exploding. People remember the day JFK got assassinated. I mean, I remember in high school, Columbine. Like, there's moments that you remember forever. And when Kobe Bryant passed away that Sunday, I remember that day. I was sitting on the couch, just got a PS4, was about to play some football, and LeBron just broke Kobe's record for third all time. Yeah, that Saturday night against the Philadelphia 76ers. Yeah. So I'm on Facebook, just waiting for my game to load, and some kid says, WTF, what's going on with Kobe? I don't know. And I post, well, LeBron did just pass him third all time. That's all I've heard.
Right.
On the scoring list.
And everybody's like, no, turn on the news.
So I posted that, and then like something just didn't sit right. I was like, that was weird. So I just keep scrolling through Facebook to try to find something. And all I see is, please God, no. Please not Kobe. What's going on? Tell me it's not true. I'm like, whoa, what is going on? So where do I go first?
Twitter.
ESPN.
Okay.
ESPN's going to have it. Because I go to Twitter, and they say the same thing. Please God, no. Don't let it be Kobe. What's going on?
Right.
So I go to ESPN, and I'm flipping through all 5,000 ESPN channels I have with my cable network subscription. They say nothing. The Pro Bowl's being played.
Right.
They're playing college basketball, women's basketball, the X Games. I'm like, ESPN's not saying anything. So it's not, I don't know what's happening, but it's not happening because ESPN's not, my thing was if ESPN doesn't report it, it didn't happen.
Well, but until it gets verified, that's tough to put out there. So, and TMZ's gotten a bunch of trouble.
So then I see the TMZ thing, and I look at my wife, and I tell her, I think Kobe's dead.
Yeah.
If TMZ reports it, I told her this a long time ago when Michael Jackson died. I said, when TMZ, my wife knows this rule. If TMZ reports it, it's true. It's weird. Now, granted, it's the initial story is true. All the other crap that TMZ put out there wasn't. And like you said, they got their butts chewed out for that. So I start looking at other people's posts and sniffs and that, and I'll put a post up, and people are like, oh, turn to Fox News right now. And I go to Fox News, and Fox News is reporting on it. I'm like,
yeah, everybody started caring it. Like, they shut down everything else.
And I go to ESPN, and still nothing. I'm like, what is happening? This crawl something. This is too big of a. It's ESPN.
Yeah.
And the Pro Bowl, I'm watching the Pro Bowl, and then I flip back to ESPN, and my wife says, oh, there it is on the crawl, and I just missed it. So I go back to the Pro Bowl, and Joe Tessitore says it. And then it goes, and that's when Joe Tessitore from ESPN said it. I saw the articles on Facebook. I saw the Fox News report. I saw everybody on Facebook posting about it. It took Joe Tessitore at the Pro Bowl on ESPN and ABC to say those words for me to realize it actually happened.
Yeah. It's a bad deal, man.
And I don't, there's a lot of, there's a personal story that Bowman knows about with myself, and we're sitting there, and at one point, my wife looks at me, and she's like, you think he's teaching them basketball right now? And I was like, wow. And it hit me. It hit me hard. I was like, I don't know. It hit me hard. I'm about to cry right now. I am crying right now. Like that's the kind of, and like I said, I wasn't like a huge Laker fan. I didn't even like Kobe like that. I was an Allen Iverson, Reggie Miller, Ray Allen.
Yeah, you knew what you were getting from Kobe.
Yeah.
And I appreciated what Kobe was doing after basketball.
Yeah.
Like all of his creative stuff and storytelling and stuff like that.
Their basketball story.
That was like, that was his next thing, man.
Mm-hmm. And you hear that's all you heard. And then like, so it came out, and then athletes and everybody started tweeting about it, and you hear stories, and everybody alluded to what you just said. Kobe's second act was something to behold.
Was going to had a chance to be greater than his first act, and his first act was freaking spectacular.
Plus, then you find out so that was the initial Kobe's gone.
And then you
find out his daughter was with him. And then you're like, no. So your heart like breaks again in a whole new other level that you can't even describe. And then you hear about the other victims on the plane, on the helicopter, who were flying to the game. So friends of Gianna's and Kobe's who were trying to make it to a basketball game. So teammates and their parents and moms and an assistant coach and the pilot. And you're just like,
yeah.
And there's no explaining it. There's no the whatever, the NBA, the TSA, the FFA, the FAA, whatever. They'll come up with some report eventually about what probably happened, but it doesn't even matter. And to see like grown ass men like Shaquille O'Neal like break down on national TV.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it's just stuff like that. This is crazy.
That's a brother of those people. And everybody, there was a bunch of outrage from a lot of people that didn't understand, well, why is it such a big deal about Kobe? All these other people should be getting the same respect.
Yeah, and I had that conversation with kids,
I mean, and that's the deal is nobody was not trying to respect them. You didn't have a personal relationship with them.
Yeah, that's what I tell the kids.
Because Kobe was out there so much, and you had watched him and followed him for so long, you felt like you knew Kobe.
Him. Yeah,
you'd seen all the interviews. You had got to see into his personal life, some stuff that wasn't great.
Yeah.
So you knew Kobe. You knew his, rivalry with Shaq. You knew all this stuff about him and all these things that come up to where you felt like you knew the person that passed away. People pass away every day that maybe you don't know personally or have not affected your life. And Kobe, if you're a sports fan, basketball fan especially, but sports fan, Kobe had affected you in some form or fashion.
Put it this way. That's the point I made with the kids we're talking about in class. And I was like, he was a spotlight guy. We knew him. So why the focus was on him before it, why wouldn't it be on him now? Even more so. And like you said, not to disrespect anybody else on the helicopter who's suffering and all that, but would it be even right? I mean, it's a question that we can't answer. Would it have been right for us, or would it have been right for the media to try to pull them out or pick them out and then build them up and for the sake of a story?
Yeah, no. And,
it wouldn't, I mean...
let's just put it out there. Something happens to me or you tonight, and we're not here it'd probably be a month and a half before people are like, hey, I hadn't seen an episode
Bowman and them
talk
about chocolate bars.
If something happened to that, it's like, oh yeah, I thought they were going to figure out what was better, the Snickers or the Take 5.
Yeah.
Nobody, it wouldn't be that big a deal. It would be a big deal to our people that know us in our circles.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I mean, life goes on either way.
And I think you hit the nail on the head, the circle. And Kobe was a huge circle that we all, even if you don't watch basketball the last 10 years,
knew him, you knew of Kobe. His character, you knew of his work ethic.
Yeah. And like, it was like, his reach was so deep. Like, I remember, so apparently they cut away during the Pro Bowl, and I saw it where Tom Izzo at Michigan State. They just won a game that Sunday. Just won a game that Sunday. His star player, I don't know the dude's name. I know his brother committed suicide, and he does this crazy handshake thing in honor of his brother. But they're about to interview this kid who just got finished playing a basketball game.
Mm-hmm.
And Tom Izzo goes, he whispers something in his ear. And he's whispering about what happened with Kobe Bryant because the kid goes, he says 2 words. The kid says, Kobe? You just see his mouth move. He goes, Kobe? And Izzo kind of nods. And the kid goes, Bryant? And again, Izzo kind of nods. And the kid just goes, wow. His mouth just, wow.
Yeah.
And then they stick cameras in his face and a microphone to ask him about the game he just played. I was like, man. I'm like, no, but then you hear all the tributes. People were at the Staples Center. The Grammys were that night at the Staples Center. And I was like, what? It was crazy. And then like all week long, the NFL did stuff. Hockey did stuff. I mean, the things that people did, like the Lakers canceled the game with the Clippers to make sure they did it right. Because again, this like TMZ didn't do. They didn't want to be, the Lakers didn't want to be, organization didn't want to be first. They wanted to do it right.
Right.
Teams across the league have, did a 24-second violation tribute to
everybody
him.
that played.
I mean, it got so far, like even Mahia, the high school where I work at, this kids played that last Tuesday. The girls made Mambas Forever shirts, and we did a tribute to Kobe Bryant before the game. And the girls who hadn't won a game in district pulled out a win. And now they're on a 2-game win streak, playing tonight. Hopefully it's a 3-game win streak. They get to the playoffs. And it's hit, I mean, videos and stories, this and that, all the things he's done throughout his career and even after his career. Like, Girl Dad's a hashtag now because it's something that he said talking to somebody. So, I mean, it's ever reaching and it's crazy. But yeah, that's a day that will forever stay with me for various reasons.
I was reminded a lot because of the crash and stuff like that. The day, and I asked my wife about this. She never even heard of this. So, but you may or may not be familiar with it. But the kind of close to that is the day the music died.
Buddy Holly.
Yeah, when Buddy Holly,
Richie Valens,
the Big Bopper, and Richie Valens, when that happened, it was kind of the same. And then my wife still didn't get it because she's not a super sports fan. So she was like, I don't necessarily understand what his reach is and why so many people are doing it. And it's like, so I tried to take the Buddy Holly crash and say, okay, so like today, imagine. And I just threw 3 names out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, Justin Bieber, Taylor Swift, and Selena Gomez or something. If that all happened, the people that would affect, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. And again, I love talking to high school kids, and
it's a good thing.
People who work at the school may not hear this. I can just say it. There's times where I get off my lesson plan because we just have discussions. We just have conversations. We just talk. And throughout the day, I had kids who weren't basketball fans, who didn't really care who Kobe was or care about Kobe Bryant. And they just straight up, we'd be talking about it, and, kids weren't getting emotional, but, kids were like, I got a bunch of athletes in my room, boys and girls, and they felt they felt something about it. And some kids didn't because they don't follow sports.
Right.
And they said it, like, Burks, I know y'all here talking about it, like, I really didn't know the guy. I don't know anything about him. It didn't do anything when I heard.
Right.
But they all said the same thing that came next. But when I found out his daughter was on the helicopter with him, and then that those other parents had their kids with them too.
Yeah, just going to play
that's
basketball.
when, again, so like I say, the story is Kobe's gone, yeah. But it's bigger than that because, again, it's
because
family.
now you have a whole family
it's love.
aspect.
There's a whole bunch of other aspects to it. It's not just one thing, and it's like I think that's the thing that resonates with people so much. And yes, we keep throwing Kobe's name out there, but again, we alluded to because he has the bigger circle. But the story touched everybody. The tragedies touched everybody in some type of way.
Yeah.
And it really sucks. Like, if you play sports, it sucks. If you got a brother or sister or a mom or a dad, it sucks. If you travel to games, it sucks. I mean, nothing is promised, and it's crazy. And the amount of athletes and people who have said, and Shaq included, has just said, you know what? At that moment, I don't even know where it came from, but people said this like Jay Williams said it, Shaq said it. I think I misquote and say it, so I'm not gonna say it. But a lot of different people were saying the exact same thing after they heard about the accident, the crash. They're like, whatever issues you got with people, just let it go.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, like Shaq, like basketball dudes are telling me, like, this whatever you got, just drop it. Doc Rivers said, like, just let it go. Mm-hmm. It's not worth it. Just hug them.
Because we always assume that we'll have time later to let stuff go and repair relationships and stuff like that.
And Shaq's like, I ain't slept in days. I ain't eaten days. I got to call dudes up. I got to call people up and just squash it.
Right.
Whatever it is. And we realize how petty some stuff is. But, yeah, it was crazy. It hit a type of way. Yeah. So that's all I got.
Well, we're closing out on that note. We'll end on Kobe.
Yeah. So, Mama Forever and all that stuff. I'm not gonna close out on that because I got to shout out Mahia stuff.
Okay.
Really, really fast. No disrespect. Mahia has moved on to district for football. District realignment day. For those who don't know, the great state of Texas, every 2 years, the UIL governing body calculates all the schools and how many numbers kids have and stuff, and throws in a pot and pits out a computer, and they spit out numbers and teams, and they just throw us places. And there's rubber bands involved. Mahia was part of a Waco district for football. We're now on the east because Mahia, it was in a giant island of schools all by itself. So football, Mahia is playing in district.
It's still crazy to me. Let me
Canton,
it's still crazy to me that they play different football teams than they do basketball, volleyball,
because
soccer,
football is broken down into divisions because of school size. Because in terms of football, the bigger the school, the larger the talent pool and the larger the depth.
How is that different any other sport?
Because in basketball, you're not carrying 50 dudes. You carry 10.
Carry 10, but the pool's still the same depth.
But yeah, you're gonna get 10 of the best. But every school's gonna get 10 of the best kids on the court.
Because the team size is so big.
Yeah, because again, so for example, Mahia is a 4A Division II school.
Right. So is baseball like the cutoff to where they go, baseball's fine.
Baseball's the same one because you get 9 dudes on the field, and you're not replacing that many. I mean, you don't have like 20 pitchers. So again, here's the issue. So Mahia is 4A Division II.
Okay.
The school I was at last year, La Vega, is 4A Division I. Mahia's enrollment as of November of 2019 was 529 kids. La Vega's enrollment at that same time was almost 1,000.
Right.
So they were almost double the size of our school. Now, in a non-district schedule, we could play a La Vega, but we would run out on the field with 40 kids. La Vega can run out on the field with 60, 75, 80 kids.
Oh, okay.
Go to a 6A school that's got 5,000 kids in it. Our 30, 40 kids would have to go up against almost 100 kids.
I got you.
So that's why they do it for football. Basketball, there's 5 dudes on the court. You got 4 or 5 subs. You're not going to – it's no big deal. Volleyball's the same way. So, okay. And they rotate all the time. So Mahia's with Canton, Bullard, Van, and Brownsboro. They were in the Waco district, but some things happened. It's crazy. The other big thing is some other big things that changed. The big thing for Mahia, sadly, is the 4A Division I champion, the big school 4A champion, the Carthage. Guess what happened with them?
What?
They dropped down from a big 4A to a small 4A. They went from Division I to Division II as well. So the defending state champions in the 4A Division 2 is now playing in 4A Division 1. And from what I heard, there weren't a whole lot of seniors on that team. And they just, second half, destroyed the La Vega Pirates, who won state last year.
Okay.
So, but basketball, volleyball, it's all Waco stuff, plus Madisonville that's south on 45. So
I got you.
So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Congrats to everybody. Oh, two more things and I'm done, for real. Congratulations to Jaden Proctor, quarterback for the Mexia Black Cats, point guard for the Mexia Black Cats, starting pitcher for the Mexia Black Cats, going to A&M Commerce, East Texas.
All right.
Woohoo, Lions. And then Jacob Kyle is going to play football. He's going for football, by the way, at A&M Commerce. And Jacob Kyle, another senior who I have in the class, is going to Navarro to play football.
Awesome.
In college. So congrats to those guys. When we get more, we'll announce those as well. And that's all we have for today because I want some pizza.
That's it.
All right, second base with Bowman and Burks.
We're out.